Hey there. Today we're going to be reading Earthquack by Marge Palatini, illustrated by Barry Loser. Little Chucky Ducky had just finished swimming his morning laps. He dried off his bill, wiped off his 2 webbed feet, and was letting the water roll off his back, when suddenly he heard the ground grumble, he felt the ground rumble, and then with a stumble, Chucky Ducky went down in a tumble. "Oh, the golly," quacked the duck as he got up and unruffled his feathers. "The earth is crumbling, the earth is crumbling. Why, it's a quake," he quacked. "I have to warn my friends." Without a minute to waste, Chucky Ducky waddled and flapped and waddled across the meadow. "The earth is crumbling, the earth is crumbling. It's a quake," quacked the duck. The goose gave a gander. "Are you sure?" asked Lucy, not all convinced. "Of course I'm sure," answered Chucky Ducky. "I heard what I heard, I felt what I felt, I saw what I saw, and I saw it." And then suddenly, right below their 4 webbed feet, they heard the ground grumble. Then they felt the ground rumble, and before they knew it, Chucky Ducky and Lucy Goosey were taking a tumble. "The earth is crumbling, the earth is crumbling," honked the goose. "I tell you, it's a quake," quacked the duck. "We have to warn our friends." Without a minute to waste, Chucky Ducky and Lucy Goosey waddled and flapped and waddled up to the barnyard. And who should they be scratching and hatching but Vicky, Nicky, and Ricky Chicky? "The earth is crumbling, the earth is crumbling. It's a quake," quacked the duck. "Is this some kind of trick?" cheeped a chick. "I heard what I heard, I felt what I felt, and I saw what I saw, and I saw it," said Chucky Ducky. "Me too," said Lucy Goosey, and then suddenly, right before their 4 webbed feet and 6 little chicken legs, they heard the ground rumble, then they felt the ground, they heard the ground grumble, and they felt the ground rumble, and before they knew it, they were all taking a tumble. "The earth is crumbling," cheeped the chicks. "The earth is crumbling," hawked the goose. "I tell you, it's a quake," quacked the duck. "We have to warn our friends." Without a minute to waste, Chucky Ducky, Lucy Goosey, and Vicky Nicky, Ricky Chicky flapped and waddled and flapped in a troop up to the coop, where they saw Rooster Rooster. "The earth is crumbling, the earth is crumbling, it's a quake," quacked the duck. "Sound the alarm," honked the goose. "Excuse me, but I only doodle-doo once a day," said the rooster calmly, raking a comb through his feathers. "Read my job description." "But you just got a crow," cried the 3 little chicks. Yes, said Chucky Ducky. "I heard what I heard, I felt what I felt, I saw what I saw, and I saw it." "Me too," honked Lucy Goosey. "We free," cheeped Vicky, Nicky, and Ricky Chicky. And suddenly, right below their 4 webbed feet, 6 little chicken legs and 2 big drumsticks. Drumsticks. They heard the ground rumble. No, they heard the ground grumble, then they felt the ground rumble. Before they knew it, they were all taking a tumble. "The earth is crumbling," squawked the rooster. "The earth is crumbling," cheeped the chicks. "The earth is crumbling," hawked the goose. "I tell you, it's a quake," quacked the ducks. "We have to warn our friends." Without a minute to waste, Rooster let out a crow. "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" "So what's new?" asked Sue. "Is that you?" I always get stuck on that. Moving it over to Rooster for lambs, salmon pan. "Yes, what's the big to-do?" grumbled Nanny Goat, not pleased that all the hubbub had wakened Billy the kid from his afternoon nap. "Yeah, you're interrupting my lunch," snorted Iggy Piggy, wiping his snout in a pout. "The earth is crumbling, the earth is crumbling. I tell you, it's a quake," quacked the duck. "Oh, it can't be that bad," sighed Ham and Sue. "Sounds nutty to me," said Merle Squirrel, going out on a limb. "But I heard what I heard, I felt what I felt, and I saw what I saw. And I saw it," quacked the duck. "Grunt. Hogwash," grunted the pig. And then they all heard a grumble, they all felt a rumble, and one by one, they all went down with a tumble. "Run for the hills," snorted Iggy Piggy. "Take to the trees," said Merle Squirrel. The doorway, you nannies," laid little Billy. So they listened to the kid and ran to the door of the big red barn, and huddled and cuddled and hoped they were safe from any more rumbling, grumbling, and most of all, crumbling. Under a sticky thicket, watching all the commotion, was one very hungry weasel. He muttered greedily, licking his lips. "Lamb chops, bacon, roast goose, chicken, and squirrel stew. Yum, yum." The wormy weasel grinned. "My pantry is pretty paltry, but I have one big idea that will get their goat and give me one big banquet buffet." So without a minute to waste, the sneaky weasel climbed out from the sticky thicket, made a menu for the month, and then cleverly disguised himself in a warm winter coat. "The earth is crumbling! The earth is crumbling!" he shouted, running toward the barn. "You know about the quake?" quacked the duck from the doorway. "I heard what I heard, I felt what I felt, and I saw what I saw, and I saw it," lied the weasel. Rooster pointed away and cocked his head with suspicion. "I've never seen you around here before. Who exactly are you?" "Name's Herman Erman." "Wait," the weasel said with a sly smile. "As it happens, I'm an expert in rumbles and crumbles. In fact, I have a quake-proof hideaway not too far from here. You'll be much safer if you come with me." Yes, we want to be safe," they all said, rushing to the doorway. From the doorway of the big red barn and lighting up behind Herman Erman, not knowing he was really a lying, kind of being wily weasel. So off went Chucky Ducky, Lucy Goosey, Vicky, Nicky, and Ricky Chicky, Brewster Rooster, Sue Ewe and her two lambs, Pam and Sam, Nanny Goat, Billy the Kid, and Merle Squirrel and Iggy Piggy. Into the deep, dark, thickest thickets of the wood the group trooped. After a ways and a while, the weasel stopped. He pointed. "Down here," he said with a sneer. Vicky, Nicky, and Ricky Chicky took a peep. "But that just looks like a hole," cheeped the chicks. "A deep, dark hole," noticed Nanny. "And it looks like such a long way down," said Sam and Pam. "Come on now, don't be sheepish," said the weasel, sliding up to Sue and already planning a supper of lamb stew. He was just about to give Chucky Ducky the first shove down the hole, when suddenly there was a grumble, there was a rumble, and the ground around the weasel started to crumble. First the trip and then the stumble, right for the thicket out of his white winter coat. "Uh-oh, I think I made a fumble." "Oh, what a weaselly little fellow," crowed Brewster Rooster, waving the white winter coat. "Thank goodness we are safe. But I tell you, it's still a quake," quacked the duck as the earth grumbled, rumbled, and crumbled all around them. "Yes, it's still a quake," they all shouted. "It's a quake, it's a quake." "It's not a quake," said two heads suddenly poking up from the dirt. "It's not a quake," they all answered. "It's just us," the two answered with a wink and a blink. "Joe and Wool Mole." "Joe and Wool?" they all said, looking at one another. "You mean the earth isn't rumbling?" squawked Lucy Goosey, Brewster, and three little chickies. "You mean the earth isn't rumbling?" squealed Iggy Piggy and Merle Squirrel. "You mean the earth isn't crumbling?" cried out Nanny, Billy, Pam, Sam, and Sue. "No quake?" quacked Chucky Ducky. "We don't know anything about grumbles, rumbles, crumbles, or quakes," mumbled the moles, stumbling out of their holes. "We're just looking for our cousin, Garrett Ferret. Does anybody know the way to San Jose? We think we took a wrong turn at the Lincoln Tunnel." Wrong turn indeed. So they all showed Joel and Mole which way to go. And out of the woods and back to the barnyard went Iggy Piggy, Merle Squirrel, Nanny Goat, Billy the Kid, Sue Ewe and her lambs, Sam and Pam, Brewster Rooster, Vicky, Nicky, and Ricky Chicky, Lucy Goosey, and the little quack, Chucky Ducky, who right from the beginning was all wet. The end. Bye.